Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. My name is Obit Potato, and today we are fixing France. And last episode we did a pretty good job, so hopefully we will try and continue in that same vein. Pollution coming down, awesome. Water shortage coming down. Shouldn't have really started in the first place, but it's going to come down as the environment improves, which is nice. And our uncompetitive economy, we're trying to raise that. We're trying to boost productivity, which is okay, I suppose. Corporation tax increases this uncompetitive economy. Well, we can't really do anything about that at the moment, but we'll see if we can in the future. Obesity is still a heck of a lot too high. Not good at all. And the asthma epidemic is very much an epidemic. So, not good. And I'm sure that we'll have other issues to deal with very, very soon. But in terms of finance, we're doing great. I mean, we've got massive cash reserves. We have no debt. We completely eradicated that. Even though our GDP has been perhaps cautious is the correct term. Hasn't been that great. Our expenditure has gone up a little bit over time, but we've sort of dealt with that by, introducing some taxes and stuff. Obviously, the CO2 tax, the carbon tax, was very important, raised a lot of extra money for us. But hey ho. Organized crime, that ended, I think, didn't it? Yes, it did. And crime is, well, let's have a look at crime. Crime is pretty low. Violent crime is low. And then normal crime is also pretty low as well. So that's a good place to be. How's this egalitarian society going? Everybody's pretty equal, which is nice. That is pretty good. So what do we want to focus on? Well, we want to focus on getting obesity down, and to do that we're doing that through the state healthcare service. As you can see, we've maxed this out. It's going to take a big chunk out of obesity. Also, perhaps we could introduce some more policies, such as, where would it be? Welfare, yeah, it would be in here. Healthy eating campaign. Did we perhaps introduce that already? I think we have. Yes, we have. Great. So it's going to increase health and reduce obesity. So that's pretty much my my thunder stolen. But hey ho, this welfare fraud department we could introduce. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Food stamps. Food stamps are a pretty popular idea. Only cost us 3 billion. I think we're actually going to do that. And we're probably going to fund it fully. It's going to increase health, increase poor earnings, increase, how much the poor like us, going to decrease poverty, going to increase farmers, blah, 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 blah. Everything is good for us. So let's do that. Productivity. Productivity has been a bit of a sore spot for us, and we have managed to raise it but not by enough. Health, if we can cut out the bad things about our healthcare system and get it in the positive territory, then that is going to send another little boost to productivity, which is going to be nice. Unemployment, we can look at getting down. Alcohol consumption is only a tiny bit of a problem, and the asthma epidemic is related to the environment, and that looks like it's finally getting better. It's climbing slowly, very slowly indeed, but yeah. Perhaps we can introduce some policies that support the fact that that we're serious about the environment. Motorists, CO2 emissions, car usage, the environment, environmentalist. Awesome, and we'll probably see if we can introduce a policy of a similar vein. Fuel efficiency standards. Oil demand down, capitalists don't like us, environmentalists up. Car usage goes up. Okay, we don't want to see the car usage go up. Okay, that was a bit of a bummer. We should probably not have introduced that policy. But hey ho, we did, so it doesn't matter. Okay, next turn. I was really dumb. We should not have introduced that policy. That was a bad policy for us. Ban livestock imports. We're gonna reject the ban. We're still running a bit of a budget surplus, which is nice, even though the global economy ain't looking too good, and our expenditure is continuing to rise with investment, which we which we definitely need. So we should not shy away from investing in things. Okay. income. Most of our income is coming from income tax. You know, that's fair enough. That doesn't really matter for us. If we're looking to raise extra income, we could probably think about introducing a flat income tax. But that's, I don't really think, what we need to do. Asthma epidemic is coming down. Car usage is... Yeah, we introduced the national monorail system. That's going to bring car usage down even further. Rail usage and bus usage are both taking a large chunk out of car usage. Road building. Road building we've reduced to nothing, but it's going to take 16 turns to implement, so it's going to take a while to even itself out. Obesity. State Health Service takes 12 turns to implement that extra spending, so we're not going to see that for a while. However, it is a long-term-ish plan. Water shortage. This is going to end soon. I have faith that it's going to end very, very soon. We need to get it down before the average temperature sort of creeps up. Do not want that to be happening. Pollution. Pollution is going to end. And when pollution ends, that's going to be a great boost for the environment. And a great boost for health, actually. What am I talking about? Great boost for environment. Great boost for the environmentalists, and a great boost for health. So, hopefully if that ends the next 2 turns, then we'll be in a good position going into the election. People will like us. Extradite terror suspect. We're going to extradite him. Don't think it really matters. We had a budget surplus of 49 million. That's not very much money at all. But it's okay. We've got reserves of 406 billion. So the harsh spending, the harsh cutting at the start did sort of pay off. I don't really mean cutting, because we didn't really cut anything. We just didn't spend on anything, which was, in retrospect, probably a good idea. Asthma epidemic, that's coming down quickly as well. That's awesome. Pollution, that's going to end next turn, definitely. Obesity looks like it's starting to come down. Is there any way that we can sort of control this food price? Because it doesn't really seem like there is a way, apart from the fact that when this water shortage ends, which is tied into the environment, and the environment is climbing, the food price will go down again. So that's sort of going to even itself out, because a couple of these problems are connected. They all link into each other. So it's good to know that we sort of, you know, we can hit 2 birds with 1 stone in the regard. What else are we going to do? We need to try and boost this. Unemployment, try and get unemployment down. Military spending, I think we're already fully military spending. Yeah, we are. Unemployment, there we go. Science funding, we're already max science funding. There's really not that much we can do. Unemployment benefit increases unemployment, so perhaps we scale this back. Yeah, let's scale this back a little bit. Perhaps we could probably cancel it, but at the same time we want to sort of reduce poverty at the same time. Let's just scale it back for now, and perhaps return to it next turn. What was our poverty level like? Our poverty is low as can be. That's good. That is a good place to be. Unemployment is way too high, even though we've got a lot of stuff going in our favor. We have an awful lot of stuff going in our favor. No, prisons don't really increase unemployment, or decrease unemployment, should I say. We're in a recession. We're still running a slight surplus. I would expect that surplus to go away next turn. And hopefully we'll see a couple of problems ending this turn. Yeah, great. Water shortage ends and pollution ends. That's beautiful. Ministerial scandal, that's not really what we need, although it's not really a top priority at the moment. Let's look at our threat report. It's good. It's really good. The Battenberg group is holding steady at 32 members, but they're not really a threat at the moment, which is nice. Obesity is finally starting to come down, which is beautiful. That is great. This asthma epidemic is going to come down now. That's, again, fantastic. And it looks like this uncompetitive economy is going to come to an end soon, hopefully. There was a modifier in here, I can't remember what it was. Was it the pollution that decreased productivity? I think so. I think it must have been, yeah. I can't recall. What is the agriculture subsidies? Yeah, we don't really want to do anything with this at the moment. We could cancel this policy, but that does sort of keep the food price under control. Well, it doesn't really do much for food price. We're still spending a bit of money on it, and it's helping obesity. I think we are actually going to scrap this policy. I can't remember if we actually introduced this policy or it was there before we got to it. But at the same time, it's gone. We don't need it. We now need stuff like vertical farm subsidies that will help keep, and city farms. Yeah, we'll do city farms now. Stuff that will keep the food price down. Will that even do it? I'm not even sure that that'll do it. City farms. We introduced city farms, and that wasn't really working for us. What do we need? We need organic farming subsidies. No. Vertical farming subsidies. Perhaps that'll be it. Food price is something we'll need to monitor. That is going to become a bit more of a problem as we go on. Corporate manslaughter, we're going to pass the law. It doesn't really matter for us. Not many people hate us. Some capitalists do. So we should probably have vetoed that capitalist manslaughter law. Yeah, corporate manslaughter here, yeah. That's not too great. Membership is going up. And I'm sure the Battenberg group will be going up by a little bit as well. So that is not great. However, let's look at the uncompetitive economy. It's coming down slowly though. That's not good. Health is almost at an all-time, well, it is at an all-time high, but it could be very, very, very high very, very soon indeed. Obesity is starting to come down very, very quickly. Asthma epidemic will be over in the next 2 turns, so presumably it's only going to be the uncompetitive economy that we're going to have to fix. Okay. So if we reduce corporation tax, yeah, if we reduce corporation tax, it's going to cost us 20 billion or so. Then, in fact, if we cancelled corporation tax, would that make everybody happy with us? I think it would actually. Because the corporation tax is sort of a thorn in our backside. But I don't know if we can really afford it. 20 billion is a lot of money. How many turns do we have till the election? We have 1 turn before the election. I think we're going to try it. Let's try cancelling corporation tax. Hope the global economy picks up. And that'll be the answer to all our problems. And of course, we have an election this turn. Wouldn't be surprised if we won. We have a lot of non-voters. That's fine. Not too bothered by that. We have absolutely smashed the competition, so I'm very, very happy with that. Break down capitalists. We need to work on getting capitalists to like us and self-employed people. Changes. Everything is good. Health is up by 46%. That's a lot. Education is up by a little bit. Could be more, but we already have pretty high education anyway. Crime is down by 25%, or 23% should I say, so that's almost a quarter. Violent crime is down 14%. Poverty is down by a quarter as well. Environment up by a third. Working week up. That is good for productivity. Rail usage down. Car usage down. Bus usage up a heck of a lot. That is good. CO2 emissions down by 55%. Wow. Over the course of 5 years to reduce our country's CO2 emissions by 55%. That is unreal. That is great. Unemployment is down by 12%. Productivity is up by 36%. That's good. Air travel is down, which is sort of good for the environment, I suppose, but bad for tourism and stuff. Immigration is up by 5.11%. That's not really much of an issue for us, to be honest. Energy efficiency is up. International trade up. Foreign relations up. Racial tension down. Awesome. Poor earnings and middle earnings both have gone down. High earnings have gone up by 18%. That is something that we'd like to fix, hopefully, in the next term. GDP is up by 10%. That's quite a lot, so I'm very happy with that. Tobacco usage is up by 4%. Well, that's 4% in terms of stuff. That's not that much. I mean, just look at the comparison with alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption down 67.02%. Wow. Average temperature's gone up. What can you do about that? And the food price has gone up. So yeah, We need to monitor the food price. Definitely. Definitely need to monitor the food price. International trade. This is good. This is good. Foreign relations could be done a bit better, I think. Let's bump it up. Okay? And the reason we're going to do that is so that our food price is quite low still. The asthma epidemic came to an end. That is good. We have a budget deficit of 24 billion. We expected this, so that's not really a deal. It's not really a big deal for us. Uncompetitive economy is going to end next turn, and obesity is going to end in a couple of turns. Have we implemented this yet? I don't think we have. No, we haven't. Not quite yet. We're working on it, though. What's this? We're going to allow agencies to operate to make capitalists happy with us. Awesome. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Over the Potato. If you've enjoyed, then please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.